Hey, how's it going, everyone? It's been a minute since I've created a video. It's been about a month, maybe. And that's really because there's just no any news about Mystery of the Seven Keys, and so there's really nothing worth reporting at this point. So I'm just on hold. That part's on hold, but that's not what the video is about today. What the video is about is, ever since I was a young kid playing the Nancy Drew games for the first time, it had been a dream of mine to be able to play them wherever I went. And at the time, we had the Game Boy Message in a Haunted Mansion, and it was it was something, all right. It was a Nancy Drew adjacent type of game, and it was pretty impressive. It still is kind of impressive based on the hardware that it was on and the limitations at the time. And then we skip forward, and I got my iPod Touch, and it was a big deal when Nancy Drew Mobile Mysteries came out. Shadow Ranch, it was essentially a book, and well, that was cool and all, and is essentially now lost media. It's not Nancy Drew. It wasn't Nancy Drew on the phone. Still unique, but it wasn't Nancy Drew. And so, finally, the last piece of media to show up, or Nancy Drew media to show up on tablets, was really Ghost of Thornton Hall. Codes and Clues doesn't count. It really wasn't a Nancy Drew game. Ghost of Thornton Hall was for tablets, iPad, Android tablets, and that was also pretty impressive. I've played through it, and it's really cool. It's kind of awesome and quite the experience to play on a tablet. It's really cool. I'll have to talk about that sometime. That's not what this video is about. Now, I'll put time to skip my monologue, but just recently I have found a way to play old Nancy Drew games on your phone or tablet or whatever else you may have. We'll go over the list in just a little bit, but there's this virtual machine called ScummVM, and it was started to play like the old LucasArts point-and-click games. And about July of this year, 2023, they'd announced that the team was working on getting the Nancy engine to work, which is the game, or the engine that the early games were made on, and it was kind of the same thing where they built upon the system basically as the games went. And but that was pretty exciting, and they said that Secrets Can Kill and Stay Tuned for Danger were now playable on the virtual machine, and you can get this for anything really. It works on a computer, and so that was cool. That was cool. Secrets Can Kill and Stay Tuned for Danger are awesome. They're cool old games, and Secrets Can Kill, you don't have to switch discs, which is amazing. But just more recently, in September, I believe, they said that not only do the first two games work, but up to game 6 works. And that was what they're working on. That's the current project, is getting up to Danger on Deception Island. I believe that's game 6. Yes? 6 or 7. And so, regardless, it's one of those early games, pretty much up until the UI switch in Shadow Ranch. So, really cool. And it kind of occurred to me, well, ScummVM's on a phone, so you could play Nancy Drew games on a phone. And so in the past 2 days, I've been looking into it, and it's very possible, and it works, with some caveats. But I'll go over those later. So first, I'm going to show you how to get the virtual machine onto your phone. So here's my phone screen. You can... I'm starting off from ground zero. You can find the ScummVM app on the Google Play Store, but that version is not the one that plays the Nancy Drew games. The one that plays the Nancy Drew games is a beta version. So what you want to do is you want to go to Google, and you want to type in ScummVM Daily Build, and that's basically their betas. Go into their website. Now for Android, you just allow any sort of a third party to download apps on your phone. Don't download random APKs because that's not what we want to do. But for this instance, you should, and they're a reliable site, so I wouldn't be too worried about that. Hey, hi, it's Editor Me from the future. All I'm going to say is the footage that you're about to watch in the app, it seems very buggy, and it jumps around a lot, and it's like flashes between like your previous screen and stuff. I just want to say ahead of time that that is just the recording. It is not in the app. For some reason, my phone recorder, when it went through, was jumping around, but on your screen, there's no problems at all. So just bear with it. You still get the same tutorial anyways. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys a heads up. So bye. So what you want to do is you want to go down and click on the daily builds section. And the unstable experimental versions, that just means that it's in beta, they're working on it, and so there's probably going to be some kinks and stuff, which is fine. It's expected, they're working through it. So it brings you to this part. Now you click on daily builds for other platforms, and it'll bring you to this one. Here you can see all of the ones that it's available for. I'm not entirely sure how playing on iOS works. That's something I definitely have to look into, but you've got all of your accessible systems here for their daily builds. And what you're going to want to do is, what I did for my phone is I just clicked on this top one, Android ARM 64 bits, and I clicked on the middle green link, which is the Scum Stable Future 2.8.x. And you want to click on that 834E683, that one. And it'll ask if you want to download, or it will start downloading. I am going to stop it from downloading because I already did. And when it does, it is just going to... it's just basically, it's going to download, and then you're going to go to your downloads on your app, and you're just going to select it. And it'll say, do you want to install this app? And you select yep, and it will download to your homepage. So let's go to the homepage. Now, when you're on your homepage, it'll show like that, the Scum app, and it will boot. So right now, I already have 2 games on here. And what you want to do is you just want to take the downloaded file, the file that you get after installing your Nancy Drew game, the one that has all of the sound files, the video files. You just want to get that file that has all that stuff in there, and you just throw it on your phone. I would create a separate folder on your phone for it, but you just plug in your phone and you transfer the files. I would put it in a specific folder. I have one in my internal storage that says Nancy Drew, and so from there, you want to go down to, you can change the way that you move your mouse, so you can do it to where you tap and it'll show up wherever you're tapping. I like using this one where you drag it. It's a little bit more like a trackpad. You can move your finger at any point on the screen and it'll move the mouse for you. So you want to go to add game, and you'll go add a new folder. Oops. You go add a new folder, double tap to click on it. And here's my folder. I already selected it. I selected to use that folder as mine. And I put both my games in there. And you just allow them, and it'll show you the games that are in there. And originally you would just select the game that you want, and you click choose game. And you have to do that twice, but it'll add it to your library. And then your library is ready to go. So now that you got that, really all you gotta do is, the game will boot like this in portrait mode. You can just turn on your your rotation, unlock it or whatever, and it should just rotate into the side screen, but for the sake of this, I'm just going to keep it in portrait. So now you select your game. I'm going to select Treasure in the Royal Tower, and you click Start. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So I moved around some files. This is kind of embarrassing considering I'm doing the tutorial, but I moved around some files and I had renamed them, and that's why it's not reading. So as you can see, I added them again, and we'll just remove these. Alright, now we should be good to go. I am going to boot up Treasure in the Royal Tower. Look at that. And it looks gorgeous. It is very gorgeous. I'll show you just so you know, it boots up.
Nancy Drew. Your dear George. Now all I need is a mailbox.
Look at that. Crazy. Now, there are a few things. I haven't gotten the typing to any sort of typing portion. So that's another thing that I'm going to test out, and I'll update everyone on. Because if, you can't type, then you can't play a majority of these games. I believe there is a virtual keyboard that shows up anytime that it's needed. But yeah, I mean, it runs, and it's very cool, and it makes me very happy. Let's get out of this room. Oh, I need to get my room key, don't I? But, yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool. And very playable. It's very playable. So we're just gonna return to launcher. And yeah, so from what I've tested, Haunted Carousel and Deception Island seem to have some issues. They might still be working on those games to get them to work. I did try those. I have not tried Ghost Dogs, Scarlet Hand, Message in Haunted Mansion. I haven't tried those games yet, but they presumably work. And they're working on Haunted Carousel, Deception Island, and the work is going along swimmingly. I saw a Reddit post talking about it too, and so there's a chance that we might get a lot of the OG Nancy Drew games playable on ScummVM, which is very cool, very, very cool. I definitely I wouldn't recommend pirating because it's bad. I believe Her Interactive, the ones that you can buy, the digital downloads straight from Her Interactive, should work. You should just be able to take that file that you download, and I don't know if they come in a zip or not. Just unzip it and throw it on your phone, and it should work. It should boot up as normal. So if there was a route that I had to officially recommend, it'd be that. It would totally be that, and they're running sales now too, so that would be my preferred, my suggested avenue. But you could also do the dirty work yourself and get the files off of your computer and all that stuff. But yeah, totally playable and really freaking awesome. So I thought I'd share that, and yeah, that's pretty much it for this. Hopefully, you can get stuff working and enjoy being able to take Nancy Drew with you pretty much anywhere. So anyways, besides that, I will see you guys in the next video when there's hopefully some updates about the future game, which, yeah, my hopes aren't high. Anyways, have a good one. Bye.